Hi, it's Sylvia again at Taylor's Sewing Center in Brockville, trying to follow up on our Au Naturel block of the month. Kind of got bogged down there on block 4, but then I went on holiday and then we had the quilt show, so we're getting back to it. Block 4 presented me with a few problems in that I found it wasn't coming up to 12.5 inches. And so what I did is I worked backwards, and you have to get each unit of your 9 patch, essentially, each one of those should measure 4.5 before you start putting things together. And I think because there were a few more seam allowances in this block than there were in some of the others, that it kind of eats up a little bit here and a little bit there. So you may have to adjust your 1/4 inch just a little bit so that everything comes up. So your final block is 12.5. So in the cutting instructions, the step 1, they tell you to, no, sorry, not the cutting, the piecing. It says to draw a diagonal line across the wrong side of all fabrics M and O, and that should read M and N. So if you have received a correction, the corrected version of it, then you're okay. But it's M and N that you're going to draw the diagonal line, and those squares will go on to, so this is M, this is N, and you'll be going on to G and O. Now for unit 1A, to keep the diagonal lines of, or the vertical lines or diagonal, whichever way you hold it, of the fabric M, is that M? Look at your picture. Yes, that's fabric M. When you're drawing your diagonal line, if you orient all your squares in the same direction, half of them you put your diagonal line from top left to bottom right, and the other half you put it from top right to bottom left. And you use one of each of those on your rectangle O that will make your flying goose or geese. I'm never sure what that is. So then just do a little preview. When you put your squares on, do a preview and see which direction the lines of fabric M are running, and just keep it consistent from block to block, from piece to piece. And that will give you the lines all in the same direction. So then you will make your other flying goose, and that unit attaches to this unit. And then when you're making this unit here, which is 3A and 3B, again, you have a directional fabric, and they will tell you to pay close attention to the direction. So you will draw a diagonal line on the back of fabric H, and then your 1/4 inch out to make your half square triangle. So if you divide your P fabric into a pile of vertical and a pile of horizontal, and then put your H fabric on, you will get half of them with the P vertical and half with them horizontal. And then in your final assembly, you just have to pay attention that which ones are coming together. So those were the 2 things I wanted to stress on unit 4 or block 4. And again, just measure your subunits that they are 4.5 before they go together, and then you should get a 12.5 inch block. So I struggled through that and I got that done. So the next one will be block 5.